the work that we are currently doing is to study the cervical-vaginal fluids for goat, to study the fertility window for goats, to find out the right timings, the time we want to do the artificial insemination. The reason is cervical-vaginal fluid, it has a property, the glycoproteins, they kind of changes with the time cycle, and it can be related with the rheological properties. So from my point of view, I'm actually studying the rheological properties of the cervical-vaginal fluids. So as we go on with the cycle, we can clearly see that the viscoelasticity changes, and we can actually analyze this by using a dye swell apparatus. So what does the dye swell apparatus do? It kind of gives us the dye swell ratio and the dye max. These are the two rheological properties that kind of relates with the fertile and infertile phases throughout that cycle, or we call it the estrous cycle for goats. From the beginning, we kind of faced some issues, because when we got our first funding, it was on studying the same method, using the same technology to study a disease that is called polycystic ovarian syndrome in female. However, the main constraint was to get associated with the clinical advisors. So they would be able to get some patients who are diagnosed with this disease and then give us the samples. That is how we kind of redirected from that focus, but using the same method and same science to study the reproductive things in goat.